Good morning guys, it's Tuesday the 9th of June and it's just gone about 7:15 AM. Myself and Callum are heading into the office. Now apologies, we've not had a day in the life up in a couple of weeks. Since lockdown has eased here in the UK, we have been a lot more busy. As some of you may know, we're currently working on a partnership with ClickFunders, which is a Dutch prop firm. So there's a lot of work going on in the background for that. And we're also working on a project with pretty much the UK's biggest trading education firm at the moment as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes which we're really excited to share with you all. In terms of trading, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I did actually have a down week last week. The markets have been a little bit shaky for me, and if you see, I'll probably include a clip after this. I am currently in a trade on dollar yen. That came within a few pips of my take profit, and now it's like back at entry. So we're going to get into the office now, and I'll update you on that trade, and if there's anything else kicking off in the markets, I'll be sure to let you know. I'm actually in this trade on the dollar yen. You can see that's my entry right there. It's literally been up and down so many times. I mean, this is only a 15-minute chart, but really I had a pending order in here, and the idea was I would actually get filled on the pending order and it would run up and hit my target pretty much straight away, which almost happened. However, this happened at about 5 AM UK time, so I wasn't awake. So I did actually miss the move happening, and I would have seen price come within a few pips of my take profit. I probably would have closed out at that point, but unfortunately I was asleep, so I missed it. And now price is just coming back down to my stop. Now, this is actually a revised stop, so there's probably about 0.1% risk on this stop loss. But yeah, that's just a little update on this trade. I'll update you. I mean, I'm very doubtful if it'll get back up near take profit, but if it does, I'll make sure to let you know. So we're going to start off today's call by going over this trade, this particularly nice trade on UJ. Of course, it didn't work out pretty much as we planned, but I'm going to break it down anyways. A lot of people were a bit kind of like, where are you pulling these levels from? So price was up around here yesterday when this happened. So live call with members is done, and there's not too much that's interesting me in the markets, although a lot of markets are actually starting a sort of corrective phase. If I bring you over onto pound yen, on this 4-hour time frame, I'm looking for price to take out this prior low and drop into a 38.2 on a larger time frame fib, and then I'm just looking to ride it up to this double top structure here. This is currently looking like it's going to be about a 1 to 8 risk reward, although I may not end up holding it for that long. But all in all, relatively quiet morning so far. Relatively quiet morning so far. The call with members went really good. We're trying a lot of new things. We're getting very experimental with our system at the moment, and yeah, things are going really good. But anyway, I do have a pending order in on this pound yen trade. If it does fill, I'll be sure to update you. If I haven't already shown you, I did get taken out of dollar yen at entry. I'm just gonna get that up now in my journal. Yeah, so there you go, taken out at entry on dollar yen. A little bit of an annoying one. Had planned to only take it up to the next structure, but I was actually asleep when the move took place, so unfortunately I missed it. But again, it's one for the journal, and we're always looking to learn something from our trades. But anyway, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so as you've seen, I did get saw. As you sawed, as you seen. Is it seen or saw? Okay. Seen. Okay. So as you may have seen, that sounds right. As you may have seen, I got stopped out of that dollar yen trade at entry. However, Callum has managed to bag a nice 0.5% on euro dollar this morning in a 15-minute trade. So going to turn it around and he's going to talk you through this.
Price broke through this support level on the 15-minute time frame, and I was looking to get in on a retest as resistance. However, price continued to fall and took out the next level. So I got in on a retest of that level as resistance, and I was in and out within that hour for £248.
Okay, so just to update you on this dollar yen trade from earlier that I got taken out of at entry, well, just below entry, it is now running significantly in profit. Now we don't actually send signals or anything, but I did share this trade with my group, showing exactly where I was getting in, my stop loss, etc. And when I did share it yesterday, the market looked somewhat like this. So you can see the order was significantly below market. I was just looking to trade, this orange level is a daily level. I was looking to trade from the level just below it and catch a long up into that prior structure. If we look at what did actually happen, you can see we came into that 1 hour structure at that pink line, and we've pushed up through the daily level and we're on our way to target now. However, you can see revised stop loss hit for me. Now, just to sort of give you a bit of a takeaway here, I like to be as transparent as possible and show you exactly the areas I'm lacking and the areas that I'm excelling, in the hope that you can take stuff away from it and hope that you can actually learn from it yourself. Now, I did take a few losses last week. I actually had a down week last week, and I've let that infect my performance and my thinking just a tad, so that when this trade was running in profit, I've moved that stop loss up a little bit too soon, and I've moved the stop loss too tight. Incidentally, prices come down and taken me out before actually moving in my initially intended direction. So instead of being up 2% for the day, I'm down like 0.1%. Not that it's a huge loss, but I'm just more disappointed that I've let my performance slip because I took a couple of losses last week. But anyway, we are all human. This is just something that's going to go in my journal and I'm going to learn from going forward. Now, it's just gone 1:45. I believe we've just ordered lunch, so I'll catch up with you when that arrives. Had a really, really busy morning so far. But yeah, I'll catch up with you when we're eating lunch. So it's just gone 3:30. I'm just sitting down to lunch at the moment. I'm still waiting on that GJ pending order to fill. I don't think it's going to happen today. But, if nothing's kicking off, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to do a little bit of back testing, and then I'm going to get ready to head home nice and early for the day and get a workout in. But I'll catch up with you when we're doing that. Okay, so it is around about 5:15. Pretty much done everything we need to do in terms of work for the day, and there's very, very little actually presenting itself in way of opportunity in the markets. And I do find if the markets aren't looking too conducive for our strategy, and I do have all the work I need to do done for the day, it's much better to head home than sit in and try and force trades. Now, I do have a few client emails and stuff to answer, but all of that can be done from home on a laptop anyway. So I'm most likely not going to end the episode here. I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow into the London session, and hopefully we have a bit more of an active day in the markets. So, as I stated in one of the previous day in the life videos, I am doing German volume training at the moment, meaning my compound lifts are 10 sets of 10. So I'm going to be sticking with this weight. It's nothing super heavy, it's just 60 kg at the moment, and that's just going to be a 10 by 10 for chest. And then for shoulders, my compound lift is going to be a 10 by 10 on overhead press. Now, the reason I'm doing this sort of style of training is I don't have access to a lot of gym equipment. We are still in UK lockdown. I don't know what it's like where you live in the world, but for us, we are still in lockdown. So if you remember in one of the previous episodes, I did actually order this rack and this barbell, and I've been using it every single day. It's so good to get that release after work. I am missing the gym, but it's pretty much out with our control. Now, I'm gonna get on with this push session, and I'll catch up with you when we're heading into work in the morning. so it's Wednesday the 10th of June and it's just gone 8:30. We're about to jump on a live market breakdown with the members. So we're going to go over a few charts and a few setups for the day ahead. We're also going to give a breakdown of some of the fundamental releases that we have coming out later on. Today we have FOMC funds rate. So again, we're going to give a little breakdown of what that is, how that's going to affect the markets and how we can actually trade around that. So we're going to get on with this call and I'll catch up with you in a bit. So it looks like Callum has actually beat me to it today again. He's running in about £300 profit on this Euro-dollar position, with stop actually moved up above entry as well. So profit's locked in there. So as I spoke about in the previous clip, we do have an FOMC rate statement later today, and as I kind of spoke about on our live with the members, I don't personally like getting into longer term swing positions ahead of key news or on key news days. I find you have a lot of market participants kind of jostling to get into positions ahead of the news, and so around high value areas, where there's a lot of liquidity, you can see some crazy moves, a lot of manipulation, and you find yourself just continually getting spiked out. I find on key news days you have to really be trading intraday, very aggressive sort of intraday positions. If I am looking to get into any swing positions, I'm going to see how this key news, this FOMC rate statement, I'm going to see how it affects the markets. If we can produce some interesting daily candles at the close of business today to potentially give us some higher time frame biases for the end of the week and for the start of next week, and that's when I would actually look to take those positions. So unfortunately for me, today is going to be a relatively boring day in the markets. I may actually look into some intraday positions on the DAX. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll update you on Callum's Euro-dollar position, if it stops out in profit or if it does actually hit target, and we'll catch up with you when that happens. So it's just gone 2:55. I actually have a one-to-one call with one of our members at 3 o'clock. Now, you may or may not know, I do these sort of one-to-ones with our members. I try and do them weekly if I can, with members who have bought our course, just so that we can simply check up on their progress, see how they're getting on with the course material, any areas that they actually need to improve, and we do like journal reviews and stuff like that. I think people underestimate a journal and reviewing your journal, how important that part is. Because having a journal in itself isn't going to make you a better trader. Just journaling what you're doing isn't going to make you a better trader. It's the analysis of your journal, it's reviewing it, looking for holes in your game, seeing what you're doing wrong, seeing what you're doing right, and how you can improve it. So we're going to jump on Zoom just now and have that one-to-one. And then, to be honest, I'm actually not in any trades at the moment and nothing's really looking too good. So we're going to keep an eye on the markets. We also have our weekly Wednesday workshop tonight at 6:30 p.m, where I'm going to go over some Fibonacci principles for some of our beginner members. If you had checked out our previous announcement video, we have launched a workshop for beginners. So any members who join us who are beginners are going to get access to this weekly workshop absolutely for free. Last week we learned how to set up TradingView. This week we're doing Fib principles. So we're really trying to build out KB trading to service, beginners, intermediate traders, people who've been trading full time, people who are looking to trade full time in the future as well. But anyway, I'm going to get on with this and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Okay, good morning. It is Thursday the 11th of June. Now, This morning, I'm not actually feeling too good. However, Callum has donated his hoodie to me, which is obviously making me feel a little bit better already. Now, I spoke about a GJ pending order that I had in a couple of days ago. And if I show you just now, let's see, custom. So if I show you just now, let's see if I can get this. It did actually activate this morning. So it activated about 5:30 a.m. when I woke up, and pretty much in the same candle it pushed up and hit take profit. Now I'll show you this on TradingView. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit so you can see we activated here, and in the same candle we sort of whipsawed up and actually hit take profit, which is awesome. Really happy about that. Now today I'm going to take a little bit more of a hands-off approach. As I said, I'm not really feeling too great, and to be honest, I'm not feeling massively in sync with the markets at the moment either. However, I'm going to give a little breakdown of that trade and how I kind of approached it. So today's going to be most likely spent backtesting and studying, and I'm obviously going to do a little bit of work on this video as well. We have a lot of, the thing about KB trading is there's so much back-end stuff that needs done with, invoicing, expenses, all this kind of stuff that does make me different in a way to your sort of typical normal trader. I'm running a business at the same time, which means on non-active trading days I do still have a lot of business stuff to take care of. Pretty much every day is a day at the office. Even on weekends I'm pretty much in here as well. Now we did have that FOMC happen last night, which if you've been watching the markets was absolutely awesome. We saw some crazy moves and some pretty good daily candles come off of the back of that as well. If you remember yesterday, I said I didn't really want to get into any swing positions on the US dollar. I wanted to see how the daily candles will close. And that's my process every day. Every day I come in, I see how the daily candle closed for the previous day and formulate my bias based on that. If the daily candle looks particularly bearish, I'm potentially looking for retracements to sell in the direction of that candle. But I'm working from higher time frame biases, and I'm really trying to put a lot of focus on that. At the moment, especially when I'm hitting a potential rough patch in my trading. I really want to be trading with a higher time frame bias to prevent myself getting caught up in the chop. And I think that's something really important for all of you as well. If you are finding that you're getting taken out of trades quite a lot, or you're struggling to find direction, just work from a higher time frame bias. Formulate a higher time frame bias and then frame trades around key areas, whether that's based on fibs, whether that's based on structure, support and resistance, whatever, or even an amalgamation of all of them. Now I'm going to get on with a few things I've got to do before a live call with members. Just because I'm not trading today doesn't mean I'm not going to be still breaking down the markets for our members. But yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, it has just gone 11:15, and to be fair, I don't think I'm going to be taking anything else for the rest of the week. I have a pending order in on AUD USD, which I'll show you now. Tragic, literally came within 2 pips of filling my order there. So that would have come within like 2 pips of filling my order there. Unfortunately for me, it's been one of those weeks. If you do follow me on Instagram, you'll see I lost around 1,600 last week. Now, 3 weeks ago, I made like 4.5k, and then 2 weeks ago, I made like 3.5. So you're gonna have down weeks, you're gonna have up weeks. I'm very skeptical of people on social media or educators who never talk about having a bad week. It just seems like they're winning all of the time. To me, that is like the biggest red flag. And it's why I personally post whenever I have losses. I share it on YouTube, I share it on my Instagram, because it's the reality of trading. I want to show the reality of trading, that you do take losses and that losing weeks aren't a bad thing. I find in myself, I learn more from a bad week than I do from a good week. After a bad week, I tend to learn so much about myself, so much about my trading. and typically I come back the week after and I come in very, very strong. Now, with that being said, we did have a really nice trade on GJ this morning. Let me just check that. Yeah, we had a really, really nice trade on GJ this morning, which I was happy with, in and out within, sort of half an hour. Got activated on that pending order, and there's a few setups that are looking good into next week, but I'm just not overly keen to try and trade anything right here, right now. So I've got a couple of bits of work to do. I'm waiting on concept art coming for a film that I'm currently working on. Some of you may know I'm really into videography and cinematography, and actually one of our members pitched this idea to me to invest in a film project that he's working on, and I was all over it. So I'm waiting on the concept art coming in for that. I'm going to leave a link to a page about this movie that I'm working on in the description, and I'll post some content art up probably just now. Really, really excited about it. If you're into films, sort of independent films and stuff like that, make sure to check it out. It's going to be very, very interesting, and I'll maybe post some updates on here as it comes out or whatever. But anyway, I've got a little bit of work to get on with. I think we're going to go out and grab a Starbucks, and then I'll look to wind the video up probably around midday here and leave it there for the week. So that's just about going to wrap up the video. We're actually just back from Starbucks and we're about to order some lunch. Now, apologies, it wasn't exactly an exciting week in the markets. We weren't super active. We did try to get in a few positions like that Aussie dollar short this morning, which actually didn't activate. Incidentally, that would have hit take profit and we would have ended the week with a nice 2R. So, just one of these things, unfortunately. Hopefully next week is better. As mentioned previously in the video, I have been feeling a little bit off this week, so I'm really not trying to push it, and I'm sort of reading the signs. Now, as always, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to drop it a like and subscribe as well. Comments, we appreciate every single comment. It really helps us see that you are engaging and that you are getting value from the content as well. If you are interested in joining the KB trading community and becoming one of our members, that's going to be the top link in the description. Whether you want to join our community, whether you want mentoring, we've got a whole load of services, pretty much for all experience levels. So thanks as always, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.